I built this vise-mounted slip roll tool a while ago, and it's been great for bending like strips of aluminum or thin gauge mild steel. And honestly, this thing, like I said, has been great. But like anything, the more I use it, the more I find ways to improve it. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to build version 2 of this vise-mounted slip roll tool. All right, so some of the improvements I want to make to this thing. First are the rollers. One, I want them to be a little bit wider. Right now, I can only bend like 1.5 inches. So yeah, as you can see, it's like 1.5 inches wide with the bearings. So I think I want to add another bearing, and that'll give me up to like 2-inch wide strapping. Another issue is the fact that everything is mounted in like single shear. So there's no support to the bearings on this side. So right, I mean, it hasn't been an issue yet, but if I want to do something maybe a little bit thicker, I'm afraid that having this in single shear is going to allow this to tweak and to distort and maybe bend or break these shoulder bolts. So I want to build it in double shear. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to use some of this, I think it's 2-inch square tubing. I'm going to make it so that the bearings mount inside here, basically cut the top out, and that'll give me a double shear mount for the bearings. Another improvement I want to make is to the top part. So right now, this just kind of rides on 2 cold rolled metal rods, but I want to add springs in there so that as I release this bolt, this will automatically raise back up and release the pressure, release the tension on the strapping or the strips being bent. So yeah, it's going to be about the same size, which is going to be about 1 foot long, and then have the same hole spacing, and that just allows me to make this adjustable for bending different radius, different diameter rings. And then I'll probably just powder coat it just because I have the ability to, and I think it'll just look better longer than just painting it. So let's get over to the welding table and let's get to work on this thing. So before I start cutting the tube up, what I want to do is I want to drill all the mounting holes for the bearings or for the rollers. That's going to do a couple things for me. First, it's going to make sure that everything stays perfectly lined up from one side to the other. Also, I'm going to be able to use those hole locations. I'll be able to do the threaded holes, and that way when I cut the top out, it'll keep this from like splaying out. Like I've cut into square tubing before, and usually when you cut it, it's still under pressure. So as you cut it in half, or you cut the top open, the ends want to kind of like splay out sometimes. So to avoid that, I'm going to drill these holes. I'll do all the drilling and tapping, and that way then I can use the shoulder bolts to hold this square as I cut the top out. So I've already got all the different hole locations. I've got the center line, or the center of the bearing laid out, got the center line of the tube, and all 6 holes I'm going to drill. So like always, before you do any drilling, we want to make sure we keep everything well lubed. So we'll be using some anchor lube on all these holes. I'm going to drill a pilot hole that's going to go all the way through, and then one side will get drilled out. I believe it's a 1/2 inch shaft on the shoulder bolt. And the other side will get drilled out and tapped for the 3/8 threaded end of the shoulder bolt. And also what I've done here is I've clamped the vise to the drill press table, and that way all I have to do is loosen the vise, and I can slide the tube without moving the vise, and that way all of my holes will be on line and just keep everything aligned the way it should be. So I can just loosen that up, slide that right along without moving the vise. Yep. All right, so I've got the one side drilled out for the 3/8 16 for the shoulder bolts. So those screw in very nice. For the other side, I have to drill the hole out for this 1/2" shaft. What I'm gonna be using for that are these. These are rotocut bits, and these are meant for drilling through like sheet metal, but these drill perfectly round holes. Instead of like a normal drill bit that can kind of leave your hole kind of wall-eyed, these will drill a perfectly round hole, which will be perfect for these 1/2" shoulder bolt shafts. That right there. I've got everything clamped in place. That'll drop right in. Put some more anchor lube on the hole to get everything lubed up. Come on. And we'll drill that hole out. As you can see, that makes a perfectly round hole for that shoulder bolt. I'm going to chamfer those edges just to make it a little bit easier to clean up the inside. But that is a perfect 1/2" hole for those shoulder bolts. I'm going to drill the rest of them out. Those roto cuts will just leave behind a little round plug. Nice clean holes. So here's where I'm at. Got all the holes drilled and the one side tapped. And then I cut the top out. Before I cut the top out though, I ran 2 of the bolts in because I didn't want, like I said, I didn't want this end as I cut it to splay open. Because here's what happened to the part that got cut out. See how it bowed? My concern was that this end would open up. So I'm gonna add a cap to this end. I still haven't cut it down to full length or actual length yet. I left this end on to act as a support to keep this end from splaying open. So I ran into my first little oversight. So I was kind of cleaning everything up and I got the insides pretty much smoothed out. There's a couple spots still need to get ground down. I chamfered all those holes just to clean them up, make it look a little nicer. Check fitting everything, make sure everything's good, and it is, but my first oversight. So I put this in the vise, just trying to figure out how I want to continue with this. I have ideas. I was thinking about how I want to mount it in the vise. It's going to be a piece of angle iron on the bottom, but trying to figure out the bolt, all that good stuff. But I grabbed this 1/8" by like 1¼ inch strap just to kind of play with it and to see how all this was going to work. And the end caps need to be trimmed down. They need to be flush or just below flush with the top of the bearings. Otherwise, I can't roll anything through there. So yeah, first little oversight. Got to clean that up, and then I got to figure out, like I said, the vise mount, probably going to be a piece of angle iron welded to the bottom. I don't have any big enough that I could have it come out the back to be a mount point or a screw point for the bolt that'll tighten the top down. Yeah, I have to figure all that out. But first I gotta clearance the ends. So yeah, I'm not really sure where I left off with this thing, but I would say it definitely bends. And this is like 3.5 millimeter flat stock. So it definitely bends. Obviously it's not done. I don't have a mount yet. I got to weld like a piece of angle iron to the bottom of this thing to mount it in the vise. Working with it like this doesn't work that well, but I mean, it works, it bends. So yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure where I left off with this the other day. But what I did, so I had to put a washer under the bolt because it was denting the top of this because I use such thin wall square tubing. But I got springs on there. I have to have a spacer on the inside because again, thin wall tubing, it was crushing it. You can see some of the little distortion right there. But I've got like a coupling nut welded to the base. I'm going to trim the base off. I just need to be as wide as it is here. This part here, this part here, I'm going to trim that down. And then, like I said, I'm going to weld probably on the bottom, like a piece of angle iron, and that'll allow it to clamp in the vise, have it sit on top of the vise, and it'll be a lot more secure. This wasn't, obviously this was just for playing around and testing it, but eventually once I get that bottom piece welded on, it'll sit essentially like that, and then it'll be a lot easier to bend. But like I said, that was what, 3.5 inch or 3.3 millimeter, 3.5 millimeter flat bar, and yeah, it bent it. It rolled it. Nice round shape in that, and that's what I want. Well, there we go. So piece of angle iron welded to the bottom there, drops right into the vise. Holds it nice and secure. So now I still gotta trim that back piece, trim that off. Doesn't need to be that long. Clean up the bottom, clean up the whole thing actually, and then I'm probably just gonna give it a coat of powder coating, just because I can. And there we go, guys, a little splash of color thanks to the powder coating oven. And this thing is ready to start bending some metal. This is just some scrap aluminum 1/4 inch rod, and that easily bends it. But you saw earlier that I did that, what was that, 3 millimeter plate or strapping that I did? Does it really, really nice. So, and it's just like buttery smooth. Couldn't be happier. So much better than the first version. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell. See you on the next one.